Okay, so you're 10 years old. You're sitting on a hay bale at your mom's birthday party. There's a stage, there's a band, 400 people are having the time of their lives. Then the band packs up. Party's over, everyone goes home. And your dad's already panicking about next year because, get this, the band just called. They can't come back. They're done. And he's got 24 hours to find a replacement. He's calling every musician within 50 miles. Nobody's available. He's pacing the kitchen, sweating, and you're just sitting there watching him lose his mind. And then you think, wait, I could do that. Now, most kids would be like, yeah, no thanks. But you walk up to your dad and say, hand me that microphone. You've got 4 hours to prepare, 15 songs, an hour and a half set, in front of 400 people, at age 10. Your hands are shaking so bad you almost drop the mic during song 2. But halfway through, you see people dancing, singing along, and something clicks. You're not scared anymore. You're a performer. Fast forward a year, your friend gets sick. Her family needs help with medical bills. And you think, what if we did that party thing, but sold tickets? 400 tickets, $10 each, $4,000 raised, for a $300 investment. That's a 1,233% profit margin. And you're like, why stop? So you don't. You do it every month. Different causes. Same result. $4,000 to $5,000. Every single time. That's $54,000 in a year. At age 12. By singing country music on your family's farm. You're not just a performer. You're a concert promoter, an event planner, a charity fundraising machine. That's my guest today, Jessica Holmes, the farm stage queen. And she's about to teach you how to turn one moment of bravery into a business that raises thousands, helps hundreds, and proves that you don't need to wait until you're older to make a real impact. This is Tallie Talks. I'm Tallie Pennyworth, and you're about to learn that sometimes the best businesses start with 3 words. I could do that. Let's go.
She's got a mind, she's got a spark, lighting up dreams from dawn to dark. Tallie talks, yeah, she's the voice, asking the questions, making the choice. Young hustlers rising, stories to tell, big ideas where passions dwell. Pull up a chair, grab your seat, let's talk the hustle, let's feel the beat. Tallie talks, yeah, Tallie talks, turning whispers into walks, dreaming big, take the shot. This is the place where dreams get called. Tallie talks, oh, Tallie talks, Tallie talks, ooh, yeah.
What is up, my beautiful young entrepreneurs? Welcome to episode 18 of Tallie Talks, the podcast where we prove that the best business ideas come from kids who just do stuff instead of waiting for permission. I'm your host, Tallie Pennyworth, and I'm out here every week finding the coolest young entrepreneurs who are building real businesses, making real money, and learning lessons that most adults still haven't figured out. Today's guest is special, y'all. Her name is Jessica Holmes. She's 12. She lives on a farm, and she's basically running a monthly concert series that raises $4,000 to $5,000 at a time for charity. But here's the kicker. It all started because a band bailed on her mom's birthday party, and Jessica was like, I got this. And she did. Jessica, welcome to the show.
Hey, Tallie. Super excited to be here.
Okay, so I gotta start with the most obvious question. Were you insane? Like, who volunteers to perform for hundreds of people with basically zero notice?
Okay. In my defense, I'd been singing for a couple years at that point.
A couple years. So you were like 8 or 9?
Yeah, like 9. I was taking lessons, doing some school talent shows, but nothing like hundreds of people.
So walk me through this. It's your mom's birthday party. Your dad throws this big thing every year.
Huge thing. Like, my dad goes all out. He's got a stage set up, catering, a bar, games for the kids. It's basically a mini festival.
And how many people usually show up?
Like 300-400 people. It's gotten bigger over the years.
That's not a party, that's an event. So the band cancels.
Yeah, like the day before. They had some emergency or something. And my dad is losing it. He's on the phone calling every musician within 50 miles. Nobody's available. And I just remember watching him pace around the kitchen.
And you were just sitting there like, I could solve this problem.
I mean, I was terrified. But I also thought, I know like 20 songs by heart. How hard could it be?
Famous last words. What did your dad say when you offered?
He looked at me like I'd suggested we hire a circus. He was like, "Sweetie, that's really nice, but this is hundreds of people." And my mom just goes, "Let her try."
Moms always know. So you had how much time to prepare?
Like, maybe 4 hours. I made a set list of 15 songs, mostly country stuff I already knew. Carrie Underwood, Taylor Swift, some Maren Morris.
Wait, 15 songs? How long did you perform?
I did like an hour and a half, with breaks where I'd just talk to people or let them request songs.
At 10 years old, that's wild. Were you nervous?
Oh my gosh, I was shaking. Like, my hands were sweating so bad I almost dropped the microphone during my second song.
But you powered through.
I had to. Everyone was watching. But then, something clicked like halfway through. I saw people dancing and singing along, and I was like, oh wait, they're actually having fun. And that changed everything.
That's the moment right there. That's when you stopped being scared and started being a performer. Did people freak out afterwards?
Dude, so many people came up to me after. They were like, you need to do this professionally, or you should be on The Voice. My dad was literally crying. He still brings it up every time we have family over.
As he should. So that became your thing? You performed every year after that?
Yeah, it became my job. My dad would handle everything else, but the music was mine. I'd spend like a month before each party practicing new songs, putting together a set list, making it better than the year before.
You were basically running your own annual concert residency at 10 years old.
I guess I was. I never thought of it like that.
That's because you were too busy doing it. Okay, so now we jump to last year. Your friend gets sick.
Yeah, my friend Maya got diagnosed with leukemia. She's doing better now, but at the time, it was really scary.
I'm so glad she's doing better. But this is where you had a business idea, right?
Yeah. So everyone at school wanted to help her family, you know, with medical bills and stuff. But we're all just kids. We don't have money. And I remembered my mom saying how much they spent on those birthday parties every year. And I thought, what if we did the same thing but sold tickets?
Okay, this is key. You saw a need, your friend needed money, you had a skill, performing. And you had proof it worked, your mom's parties. You just connected the dots.
Exactly. I pitched it to my parents. I was like, what if we throw a concert on the farm, charge $10 a ticket, and give all the money to Maya's family?
And they said yes?
My dad built me a real stage. Like, he went to Home Depot and everything. My mom organized volunteers to help set up. We made it a potluck so we didn't have to pay for food. People brought their own chairs and blankets.
Smart. You kept costs low. How much did it cost to put on that first charity show?
Honestly, like maybe $300. Most of that was wood for the stage and some basic sound equipment we didn't already have.
So $300 investment. How many tickets did you sell?
400.
400 tickets at $10 each.
$4,000.
$4,000 for a $300 investment. Jessica, do you understand that's a better profit margin than most real businesses?
I mean, I guess.
You guess? Girl, you made a 1,233% return? That's insane. And you gave all of it to Maya's family? All right, moneymakers, quick break. But don't go anywhere, because we're about to get into the good stuff. Real quick, if you're loving this episode, do me a favor. Take 2 seconds and share it with a friend who's always talking about making money. Send them the link, post it on your story, whatever. Because the more kids who hear this, the more kids who start building. And if you haven't already, hit that follow button so you don't miss next week's episode. Trust me, the guest we've got coming up is insane. Also, we want to hear your story. If you've started a business, or you're thinking about it, or you've got questions, DM us on Instagram at Tallie Talks Podcast. Who knows? Maybe you'll be my next guest. All right, enough from me. Let's get back to the episode. That's insane. And you gave all of it to Maya's family?
Every penny. My parents covered the costs, so the family got everything.
That's beautiful. But then you had another idea.
Yeah. After the show, I was talking to my dad, and I was like, why did we stop? Why was that a one-time thing?
I love this question. This is the entrepreneur brain turning on. Most people do something successful once, and they're like, cool, that was fun. You were like, how do I make this a system?
Right. So I asked if we could do it once a month. different causes each time, and we've been doing it for over a year now.
Once a month. And you're making $4,000 to $5,000 every single time?
Pretty consistently. Yeah, some months are a little more, some a little less, but we usually hit around that number.
Let's do the math for everyone listening. 12 months times, let's say $4,500 average.
That's $54,000.
$54,000 that you've helped raise in a year, at 12 years old, by singing country music on your family's farm.
When you say it like that, it sounds crazy.
Because it is crazy. In the best way. Okay, so what's your secret? How do you get 400 people to show up every single month?
Marketing and a great show. That's literally it.
That's it. Listen to this, everyone. She didn't say luck or connections or my dad knows people. She said marketing and performance. Break those down for me.
Okay, so marketing. We have a Facebook page my mom helps me run. I post TikToks, just me singing clips of songs I'm going to perform, talking about what cause we're supporting that month. We put up flyers at local coffee shops in the library, and honestly, word of mouth is huge. Once people come to one show, they tell their friends.
You're building an audience, not just customers, people who come back month after month. That's recurring revenue, baby.
Exactly. And then the performance side, I practice a lot. I learn new songs, I work on my stage presence. I actually talk to the audience between songs and tell them about the cause we're supporting. People aren't just coming for music, they're coming for an experience.
And they're coming to be part of something good. You're selling them a night out, the feeling of helping others. That's brilliant. All right, moneymakers, this is the part you've been waiting for. We just heard an incredible story, right? But here's the thing. That story doesn't help you unless you can actually use it. So right now, my guest and I are going to brainstorm business ideas that you can start. We're talking specific, actionable, I could literally do this tomorrow type ideas. No fluff, no theory, just real businesses you can build. Grab a notebook, open your notes app, whatever. You're going to want to write these down. Because by the end of this section, you're going to have at least 3 business ideas you could start this weekend. Let's brainstorm. All right, so here's why I wanted you on the show. You've built something real. You're making thousands of dollars a month, you're helping people, you're doing what you love. But I know you're thinking about what's next, because that's what entrepreneurs do. They're never satisfied. Not in a bad way, but in a what else can I do way.
You're reading my mind. I've been thinking about this constantly.
Perfect. So let's brainstorm your next moves. I'm going to throw out some ideas, we're going to riff on them, and by the end of this, you're going to have a roadmap. Sound good?
Let's do it.
All right, first big idea. Venue ownership. Right now, you're using your family's farm, which is great. No rent, you control everything. But what if you leveled up? What if you found an actual venue you could buy or lease? A barn, a warehouse, something weatherproof that you could turn into a real concert space.
Ooh, I've actually thought about this. There's this old barn about 30 minutes from us that's for sale.
Wait, really? Okay, tell me about it.
It's like this really cool old structure. Needs work, but it's got great bones. High ceilings, lots of space. I think they want like $60,000 for it.
Okay, so that's a big number. But think about what you could do with it. Right now, you're limited by weather, right? If it rains, you gotta cancel or move everything inside your house.
Yes, that's happened twice, and it was so stressful.
But with your own venue, you control everything. Climate control, sound system, lighting, stage setup. Plus, and this is huge, you could rent it out to other people.
Like weddings?
Weddings, corporate events, other musicians, birthday parties. You do your charity shows and make money on the side. You'd basically be running 2 businesses, the concerts and the venue rental.
That's a lot of responsibility, though.
It is, and you'd need help. But here's the thing, you're already proving. You can get hundreds of people to show up consistently. That's the hardest part. Having a venue just makes it easier. How much are you making per show right now for yourself?
I don't take any money. It all goes to charity.
Okay, but what if you did a hybrid model? Your charity shows stay 100% donation. But then you do other shows, maybe 1 or 2 a month, where you keep the profits. That money goes toward buying the venue.
So I'd be doing like 3 shows a month? 1 or 2 charity, 1 or 2 for me?
Exactly. And the ones for you could be different vibes. Maybe one's a private event where someone pays you to perform. Maybe one's a ticketed show where you keep the money. Within like 2 years, you could have enough for a down payment on that barn.
That's actually kind of brilliant.
Right? Okay, next idea. Expanding your event types. Right now, you do concerts. But what if you did other kinds of events? Karaoke nights, open mics, comedy shows, even stand-up.
Wait, I'm not a comedian though.
You don't have to be the comedian. You're the host. You're the one who books the talent and runs the event. Think about it. You've already got the audience. 400 people who trust you to put on a good show. What if once a month you did karaoke night?
Oh my gosh, people would love that. Everyone's always trying to sing along at my shows anyway.
Exactly. And here's the beauty. It's way less work for you. You set up the karaoke machine, you host, maybe you sing a couple songs, but mostly you let other people be the stars. Charge $5 at the door, sell some snacks, boom, easy money.
And I could still tie it to charity if I wanted.
You could, or you could keep the profits to fund your other projects. The point is, you're diversifying. You're not just the girl who does concerts. You're the girl who does events. What about private events? Has anyone asked you to perform at their party?
Yeah, actually, a few people have asked if I'd sing at their daughter's quinceañera or their anniversary party.
And what did you say?
I said I'd think about it. I wasn't sure if I should charge or...
Jessica, you charge. Your time is valuable. Your talent is valuable. If someone wants you to perform at their private event, you give them a rate.
How much should I charge?
Okay, let's figure this out together. How long would you perform?
Probably an hour, maybe an hour and a half.
And you'd have to learn specific songs they want, practice, show up early to sound check.
Yeah, probably like 5 hours of work total when you include prep.
So for an hour of performance, 5 hours of total work. I'd charge at least $300 to start. For bigger events or if they want longer sets, maybe $500.
That seems like a lot.
Does it? Let's break it down. $300 divided by 5 hours of work is $60 an hour. That's less than what professional musicians charge, and you're good. You've performed for thousands of people. You're not some amateur. You're proven.
Okay, when you put it like that...
You gotta get comfortable charging what you're worth. Otherwise, people will take advantage of you. Oh, can you just sing a few songs for free? No, this is your job. Your business. Okay, next big idea. Going digital.
Like YouTube?
YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, all of it. You're already posting little clips on TikTok. What if you went all in? What if you posted every week?
What would I even post?
Girl, you have endless content. Behind the scenes at your shows, singing covers, talking about how you plan these events, vlogs about life on the farm, song requests from followers. You could do acoustic sessions in the barn. The list goes on.
But would anyone watch?
Let me ask you this. How many followers do you have on TikTok right now?
Like 800?
And you barely post. Imagine if you posted 3 times a week. Within 6 months, you could have 10,000 followers. Within a year, maybe 50,000. And here's the kicker. Once you have a big enough audience online, brands will pay you to promote their stuff.
Like sponsorships?
Exactly. Hey everyone, I'm wearing these boots from XYZ company. Boom, they pay you $100. Or on YouTube, you make money from ads. It's not going to make you rich overnight, but it adds up. Plus, it builds your brand beyond your local area.
So people from other states would know about me?
Yes. Right now, your audience is local. That's great. But digital lets you reach millions. And when you're ready to tour or release music, you already have fans waiting.
That's actually really smart.
It's also free. It costs you nothing but time. Which brings me to the next idea, original music. Right now, you're doing covers. But what if you wrote your own songs and put them on Spotify?
Okay, I've literally dreamed about this. I have like 3 notebooks full of songs I've written.
What? You write songs?
Yeah, I mean, they're probably not good.
Stop. Stop right there. First of all, I guarantee they're better than you think. Second, the only way to know if they're good is to put them out. Have you recorded any?
Just voice memos on my phone. Super rough.
Okay, here's what you do. You find a local recording studio. There's probably one within an hour of you. You book 4 hours of studio time. You record your best song, professionally. Then you put it on Spotify using a distributor like DistroKid or TuneCore. It costs like $20 a year.
It's that easy?
The uploading part? Yeah. The hard part is writing a good song and performing it well. But you're already a great performer, and you've written songs. You're like 80% of the way there.
What if nobody listens to it?
Then you promote it. You post about it on social media. You perform it at your shows and tell people where to stream it. You send it to local radio stations. You make a music video, even just a simple one filmed on your phone. And hey, even if only 100 people listen, that's 100 people who now know your original music. That's 100 people who might become superfans.
And then I could write more songs.
And release them. An album, an EP, whatever. Suddenly, you're not just a cover artist. You're an artist. You're a songwriter. That's a whole different level. And here's the coolest part. Once you have original music, you can perform those songs at your charity shows. Now, people aren't coming to hear Taylor Swift covers. They're coming to hear Jessica Holmes originals.
Oh my gosh, that would be so cool.
It would be, but it gets even cooler. What if you took it further? What if you saved up money and built your own home studio?
My own studio?
Think about it. You're already making thousands every month from shows. What if you took 10% of your earnings, let's say $500 a month, and saved it? In 2 years, you'd have $12,000. That's enough for a pretty legit home studio setup.
What would I even need?
A good microphone, an audio interface, recording software, some basic soundproofing. There are tons of tutorials online. And once you have a studio, you're not paying someone else every time you want to record. You control the whole process.
And I could record whenever I want.
Exactly. 3 a.m. inspiration hits, you go record. Plus, and this is big, you could let other local musicians use your studio. Charge them like $50 an hour. Now you're making money from the studio and learning production skills.
I'd basically be a producer.
Yes, you'd be learning the business side of music. And trust me, producers make bank. You could produce your own music, produce other people's music, and still perform. You'd be hitting the music industry from 3 different angles.
My brain is exploding right now.
Good. That means we're doing this right. Okay, last big idea. Touring. And before you freak out, I don't mean like a world tour. I mean regional.
Like traveling to other towns?
Exactly. Think about it. You've proven you can draw a crowd. What if you reached out to county fairs, farmers markets, small town festivals within like a 3-hour radius? You load up your equipment, you perform, you get paid by the event or sell tickets, and you build fans in new places.
I've never thought about that.
Most musicians start hyper-local, then expand region by region. You could hit up every town in your county, then neighboring counties, then the whole state. And every place you perform, you tell people about your Spotify and your monthly shows back home. You're building a regional fan base.
That would be a lot of traveling, though.
It would. And you'd need your parents' help for sure. You can't drive yet. But imagine by the time you're 16, you're known. Like people across your whole state know who Jessica Holmes is because you've been grinding for years, building relationships, performing everywhere.
And then maybe bigger venues would want to book me.
Exactly. You'd have proof. I've performed at 50 events in 3 states and sold out every time. That's how you get bigger opportunities. Everything builds on everything else. Okay, so we've thrown out like 7 different ideas. Let me recap. Venue owner. Expand event types. Private events. Go hard on social media. Release original music. Build a home studio. Regional touring. That's a lot. So here's the real question. What's exciting you the most right now?
Honestly, the original music thing. I really want to record a song, like a real one in a studio.
Yes. Okay, that's your focus. Everything else can wait. Let's make a plan right now. What's one thing you can do this week to move toward that goal?
Research studios near me and get some price quotes?
Perfect. Write that down. What about this month?
Pick my best song and really polish it. Work on the lyrics, make sure the melody is solid, maybe play it for some people and get feedback.
Love it. And in 3 months?
Actually record it. Go to a studio, lay down the vocals, get it produced.
And in 6 months?
Have it on Spotify and start promoting it at my shows.
There it is. That's a roadmap. And when you release that song, you better send me the link because we're playing it on this podcast.
Deal?
All right, everyone. That was Jessica Holmes. 12 years old, raising over $50,000 a year for charity, performing for hundreds of people every month, and about to release her first original song. If that doesn't inspire you to stop waiting and start doing, I don't know what will. Here's your homework from this episode. 1. Stop waiting for permission. Jessica didn't ask if she could be a performer. She just did it when the opportunity showed up. 2. Find ways to give people value. Jessica isn't just begging for donations. She's giving people an amazing night out and helping others. That's why they keep coming back. 3. Think in systems. After one successful show, she asked, "How do we do this every month?" Turn your one-time wins into repeatable processes. And 4. Your age is not a limitation. It's your secret weapon. People love supporting young entrepreneurs. Use that. We'll have links to follow Jessica's journey in the show notes. And when she drops that first original song, we're absolutely playing it right here on Tallie Talks. Next week, we're talking to a 13-year-old who turned her love of crystals into a 6-figure jewelry business. You're not going to want to miss that. Until then, remember, the best time to start was yesterday. The second best time is right now. I'm Tallie Pennyworth, this is Tallie Talks, and I'll see you next Thursday. And seriously, when Jessica's on the CMT Awards in like 5 years, remember you heard her here first.